Welcome to the channel, the Hobby Drone Pilot channel. Still under instructions from AI, no long monologue. Before I take off, I have the Skyrover X1 mini drone. I'm just going to take it over Grace Bay on this Sunday midday and see how it performs.
Welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? Need a new lobotomy? Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't want to get lost in the sedative.
So here we go, sticks down and in.
Take home point updated.
Drone in the air, home point updated, and let's just push on over into Grace Bay and see what we can see on this lovely day. 13 minutes past midday. I'm getting a low power warning on my phone, so I don't have much battery life on my phone, so I don't know how long this flight is going to last before my phone run out of battery. But I think there's an option to charge your phone while flying. Anyway, this is going to be a short flight. Just get out over Grace Bay and see what's going on. I just try to fly the Skyrover S1 down from Leeward, flying west down to Grace Bay, but I probably started much too far, and I wasn't standing in ideal condition where I could have the controller, the antennas pointed directly towards the drone, so I had some signal issues. No fault of the drone, I was just standing in a very bad location, and so we had some lag, and then some lag in transmission, and then some loss of signal, and the drone came back with no issues at all. So what can we see here now? This Sunday at midday, Grace Bay looks deserted. Earlier on I saw a few tourists mulling around, but saw the hotels and bars, etc., preparing for later when they're going to have the influx, tourists coming to utilize their services, etc. So right now Grace Bay looks very serene. Asking me to point the antenna directly towards the drone. I'm flying from inside my vehicle. Antennas up and pointed through the windshield. Let me see. I'm trying to remove this vision assist. I prefer to have the maps. So in the vision assist, you could actually click on which angle you want to see, whether it's side, back, forward, front as in forward, back, left or right side. Okay. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted the maps or the altitude indicator. Anyway, I'm well out over Grace Bay. No issues at all here. Even the beach looked deserted, but I'm sure there are a few tourists around. Maybe it's too hot for anyone to be out, even on the beach. Man, it's a hot day. It's a hot day. So the beach
Max altitude reached.
looks deserted. The roads look deserted. What is going on? See Ritz-Carlton and the Seven Stars. Just pan around. is the roundabout. That's IJ Gourmet Supermarket on the far left. Region Village. Strong wind warning. Coming down, catching up on the Salt Mills and Plaza. And on the right is the Ellipse Resort. It's a new resort. Completed in 2026. The bottom floor has businesses. It is host to the TCI banking. It has a restaurant, the Salinas restaurant. It has the Daily Market Cafe, and it has the Caribbean Outpost souvenir shop. So just passing the Salt Mills and right up on the Ellipse Resort. And on the top floor, or the floors 2, 3, and 4, seem to have accommodations. Very expensive. Have different suites at different prices. And then off in the distance, there's some sort of condominium or hotel been built here. I think it's called St. Regis. Been under construction for a while now. So yeah, construction is still booming here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And still a lot of raw land to be developed here in the Turks and Caicos and in the Grace Bay area. But in the past 2 or 3 years, the price of land has increased astronomically. And so it is now or never. You have to get it now, because in a year or 2, I shudder to think what the prices for land are going to look like in a year or 2. So that is as far as I want to get out there to that new development. The Sands is right on the right here. And then on the left of that new development is the Parks Community Development. Seems to just sprung up overnight. They just put asphalt on the road here. So let's just push down there a little. Let's use the zoom to see. So it seems to be a condo style or townhouse development. Trying to
Return to home.
Connection lost temporarily. Joan is thinking about going into return to home, but that's not what I want. So let me pan around again and let me see if I can pick up back the development. Yes, so that's the Parks development there. Look like townhouse or condo. Having this lost signal again, so I may have to step outside. Weak signal. Okay, I'm pushing out. I'm flying from inside my vehicle, so that's why I'm having some issues. And I'm out quite a while, quite a ways, quite a distance, almost 7,000 feet here. Yeah, so that's the development there. Lovely. This seems to almost have sprung up overnight. One time it was literally wilderness. Next time they were clearing the land, and the next time it has taken shape. Lovely buildings. I'm sure it's going to be a very cool development. So that's that. Let's turn around, getting a strong wind warning. Let's turn around and let's head back in this direction. So I'm coming back towards the salt mills. 61% on the battery. So it's getting some strong wind warning. We're coming up just outside the salt mills. So no life at all, as I can discern in the below. Maybe later, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, when tourists come out to have their dinner, to the bars, to have a drink, to wine and dine, and to enjoy what the Turks and Caicos has to offer. Then I'm sure that strip is going to look very lively. And I also refer to it as the Grace Bay Strip. That's where it happens. So I'm coming back. So yeah, that's Grace Bay at midday on a Sunday in the Turks and Caicos Islands. So let's just head back home.
Is low. Aircraft will return to the home
In fact,
point
I'm getting
in
a little
10
battery
seconds.
warning, and it is going to come back to the home point on its own. So I'm just going to allow it to
Return
come
to
back.
home. Low battery. Return
Low
to
battery,
home
it has
promptly.
50%, 49% on the battery, just out over 5,000 feet. But the drone has detected that it has probably just enough battery to return to home. And I am not one to tempt fate. I'm not going to, I'm sweating. It's hot. It's a very hot day. Very hot day. Let me see exactly how hot it is. Let me see what the temperature is in the Turks and Caicos today. Wow, it's hot. Temperature. Providence, here it is. So, 70 degrees Celsius. Not as hot as I thought. Winds are 34 kilometers per hour. Yeah, humidity 70 degrees. So I thought it was even hotter than that. 40% and just over 4,000 feet to go. Yeah, so it seems that there's quite a strong wind out there. But it is doing well, up to 11, 12 miles per hour on its way back. No need for any alarm at this moment. I don't think. It's making good progress. In my view, well over 30%, just over 3,000 feet. I could get out to 3,000 feet and 30% battery and back with ease. But, it all depends on the conditions, the wind, etc. And I think it is encountering very strong wind. And it is very high. Why is that? Oh, let me try to bring it down. Trying to see if I could bring it down, because it's up like 350 feet. That's not even descending. I thought on its way home I could change the altitude. Seems I'm around that one. 25%. 2,500 or so feet to go. Got out much further than I really intended to. Got carried away looking at the various developments that is going on. Getting this strong wind warning, 22%, 2,000 or so feet. Wow, it's like it's going to be touch and go because it has slowed down significantly. It has slowed down significantly. It's not coming at the 14, 15 miles per hour, 17%, and still a long way to go. 16% and still a long way to go. 15% and still a long way to go. Let me stop the return to home here and see if I could bring it back.
Promptly.
And I'm actually lowering the altitude. Yes, I'm lowering the altitude to get down because I think it's coming back too high and it is encountering very strong winds and the battery is depleting rapidly. In fact, it's just about 1,000 feet or so to go, and I have less than 10% on the battery. And I believe that the drone is going into post landing. So I've panned the camera down to pick a spot where I may need to ditch this drone and then pick it up later. So I'm making sure that I'm familiar with the area where I might land it. But in the meantime, I am pushing hard on the upstick to keep it afloat. And I'm actually pushing all the way forward on the right stick to bring it. And it is coming, it is making good progress, but the battery is really depleting. It's really down to about 4% now. But the home point is in sight. And I'm actually really doing my best to keep this drone in the air. I can't do screen recording because when I actually took off, I only had 25% on my phone. And it is really down now to about 10 or 9%. So my phone may shut down because I'm using my phone to fly my drone. And the phone I was actually recording myself on in the voice overheated because it's a very hot day, 70 degrees Celsius. Not as hot as it normally is in the Turks and Caicos Islands, but it feels very hot. But I am very close. I could actually see the drone. I am down to what, 2%? Really? But I have made it back. This was a cliffhanger. It was a nail biter. I didn't expect it. But here we are. And there you have it. And there you have it. So it has landed here.
Critically low battery warning.
Critical low battery. Let me see what I have on the battery. 0%. So it has returned with 0% on the battery. This really turned out to be a cliffhanger. Didn't expect this sort of drama here and just this casual flight. My. But it's back. So that was the flight of the Skyrover X1 drone. What I intended to be a very cinematic, casual, easy flight over Grace Bay turns out to be a cliffhanger. The drone went into low battery, returned to home, and it was fighting the wind, and then it was going into low battery, forced landing, and I had to keep pushing the sticks up to keep it afloat, and I had to stop the return to home and actually brought it back manually. And when it landed, it had 0%. And the battery, so, nail biter, but it made it back home. The Skyrover X1 drone, very worthy DJI alternative. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, give it a thumbs up. And I see you very shortly in my next video. Cheers.